guys, welcome back to Pebble Opinion, and if it's your first time watching, welcome. Thank you so much if you have subscribed. I really appreciate it, and if you're still gonna subscribe, I appreciate you in advance. Today, if you're a fan of Big Brother Naija, then you're gonna have a great time with me today, because today we have the Pebble Awards. What happens on the Pebble Awards is that well, today, particularly, I'm going to be awarding some housemates from Brother Naija Pepper Dem 2019. I have 16 categories. I have 16 winners. And then you're going to see who the nominees were and then who walked away with the award. Okay, I think that's simple enough to understand. So you're going to be starting off today's award show, really, with the category of Best Dancer. Now, under this category, we have 3 nominees. Now, the nominees are Diane, Thelma, and Elo. Is it Thelma or Thelma? Okay, Diane, Thelma, and Elo. So those were the nominees for the category of Best Dancer. And let's see who the winner is. The winner is Elo. Okay, man, that's how we come to the end of that first category. That was Best Dancer, and the winner was Elo. And then the second category that we have today is Gone Too Soon. Now, this is for those housemates that left the game too soon, like we never expected it. So for this category, we have 2 nominees. No, we have 3 nominees, I lied. We have 3 nominees, and they are Isilomo, Kimopra, and Avala. So let's see who the winner of Gone Too Soon is. Kimopra! Of course it had to be Kimopra, man. You remember how many people were just so sad that Kim left? Like she left rather, on the second week of Big Brother. Yeah, the second week. Yeah, she only spent 2 weeks in the house. So she left in the second week. And there was a hashtag bring back Kimopra, because we couldn't believe that Kimopra is gone. It felt like a mistake. But, you know, unfortunately, she was out of the game and she never came back. So it was quite sad to see her leave. So that's the winner of Gone Too Soon right here on the Pebble Awards. The next category we have is Player of the Season. Now, I'm not talking about a soccer player or an arena game player. I'm talking about a player, somebody who played the people in the house. Né? So for this category, we have Kim, because remember Kim was accused of playing Omashola and Jeff, and accused of manipulating every guy in the house, really. And so the nominees are Kim, Diane. Diane made the category because she sort of like played a very, I don't know, one time she was with Sir D. We thought she was with Sir D. And then there was Nelson. And then there was Elo, you know. So it was just like, where do we place this girl, you know? And she was just like slick about it. So the third person that we have on the category of Player of the Season is Gidoni. Remember how Gidoni tried to play Khafi with Venita, or whatever was going on between him and Venita. But the great news is that Khafi and Gidoni are now engaged. So that's the good news. But he still made today's list of the nominees of Player of the Season. So without further ado, let's see who the Player of the Season is. Diane takes the award. For Player of the Season, you know, because she played a lot of people and she stayed until like almost till the end. I think she left in the second last week. So she played her game and she played it quite well. Her last victim was Elo, and recently I thought they were together this whole time, but recently during the reunion show, I think she made it clear that they're not together or something. I'm not sure anymore about what's going on. Even Kim and Mashallah are apparently not together. Well, not apparently, it seems like it's definite that they're not together. And just the other day, I was here celebrating like a fool, thinking they're together. So I feel played myself. I feel played by Kim and Omashola. But it's okay. It's none of my business. It is what it is. So moving on with a Pebble O words right here on Pebble Opinion with me, Pebble O. The next category that we have on the list is best food fight. Now, this is about the fights that happened in the kitchen over food, right? So we have two categories. No, we have two nominees on this category. Get it right, Pebble. We have two nominees on this category of best food fight, and the nominees are Thelma versus Tasha. You remember when they were fighting over fish? I think it was in the first week, actually. I think it was one of the first few fights we had in the house. Or the very first fight we had in the house was between Thelma and Tasha, you know. But they quickly made up, but it was quite a heated fight over fish. And then the second fight that we had in the kitchen was between Omashola and almost everyone in the house. I remember he had a confrontation in the kitchen with Esther, Fraud, and Sir D, you know, and they were fighting over the fact Omashola was angry that people are hiding food in the house. I think specifically that morning he was looking to make eggs and there were no eggs suddenly in the house, and then he was so pissed because he found out that people are hiding food in the bedroom, you know, and Esther was like the first person to jump, so they got into it with Omashola, and then Sir D joined in, and then Fraud, so it was just like a whole mess. So those are the two nominees under the category of best food fight. So let's see who the winner is. Who is the winner?
Keep the energy up. Let's all be mad. I swear. Let's all be mad now. Let's all be mad.
Okay, so in case you lost, the winner is Omashola versus half the house when he was fighting over food, over eggs with Esther, Fraud, and Sir D. Those are the three that I remember. I don't remember if there was anyone else that jumped into the fight, but this is the fight that went on in the kitchen over eggs. Eggs that were hidden in the bedroom. Omashola was just like, you know what? People need to stop with this poverty mentality of hiding food. And I was just like, you know what? Speak on it. Esther was like, she's tired of Omashola always shouting like a goat, and that he must do something, you know, just show what he's got, you know, because he's always shouting and doing this and that. So she was like challenging him to do something, but Omashola didn't do anything. Okay, so that's the winner of best food fight is Omashola versus not Tasha, versus Fraud, Esther, and Sir D in the kitchen. So the next category that we have is best task, and we have three nominees. The first one is the darling task, the second one was the Oppo challenge, and the third one was the car task where what's her name, Kafi won a car under very questionable circumstances, but she still walked away as the winner. So those are the three nominees for best task. So let's see who the winner of, the winner of best task is. Okay, so it's the Oppo challenge. This is the task that was won by Mike and NK, as well as Elo and what's her name, Jackie. So they walked away as the winners of that Oppo challenge. The housemates had to, like, you know, design outfits like from scratch, you know, like make them from scratch. So they walked away as the winning group. That's Mike, NK, Jackie, and Elo. So that was the best task. So the next category that we have on the list is most unpredictable housemate. Now under this category we have we have two nominees, and that's Shay and Tasha. Now the reason Shay made the list is that Shay was like unpredictable. Shay was untrustworthy. Shay was just like looking out for himself. Like, I don't see how anybody could trust Shay. For a while there, he and Tasha had a great relationship, but then he turned around and backstabbed her, you know, like shamelessly, you know. And Tasha was unpredictable because you never knew the kind of mood that you would find her in. You know, like most of the time she was grumpy, but sometimes you could get lucky and, you know, find her in an okay mood. Not like a great mood, just an okay mood. So that's why she made the list of nominees under the category of most unpredictable housemate. It's her and Shay. So let's see who the winner is. Shay walks away as the most unpredictable backstabber. You know, that's what I call it actually, because this guy was just like Shay, like, it's like he was like looking out for himself, you know. I remember there was a time he also talked about how he was friends with Omashola, and Omashola wasn't as loud as he is in the house. Like, he was just like on and off, you know. Sometimes you think, okay, Shay is Omashola's friend, or Shay is cool with Tasha, but then the next day it's just like, no, he's like gossiping about somebody, or he's nominating Tasha after, you know, laughing with Tasha in the house. So that's why he won this award of most unpredictable housemate right here on the Pebble Awards with me, Pebble O. So moving right along to the next category on the list, we have the most stylish housemate. So let's see who the nominees are under this category of most stylish housemate. Now, these are the housemates that always looked proper, you know, especially on Saturday nights during the party, or just like, you know, during tasks. So the nominees under the category of most stylish housemate are Mike, Mercy, and Mashallah Sholzi. Whereas you remember how Mashallah always looked sharp, you know, during party. Like, he always looked like, you know, like he just walked out of, like, I don't know, a ramp or something, or a runway. Like, he was always looking proper. But anyway, the most stylish housemate award goes to Mike. You know, Mike, you know, Mike looks like a model. Mike is built like a model, you know, just like Omashola, but there was something more about him. Like, he had that classic man look, you know, like, I don't know, even when he's rocking like his Nigerian traditional, you know, gear, he still looked like, I don't know, there's just something classic mannish about him, and that's why he won the award for most stylish housemate, according to me, Pebble O, right here on Pebble Opinion. And then the next category that we have is most strategic housemate. Now, these are the housemates that like put a lot of thought behind the moves in the game, you know. And we have 3 nominees under this category, and the first one is Kimopra. You know, remember how she was before she left. You know, Kim was only there for 2 weeks, but she did quite a lot, you know. Like, I remember when she had the coins, and then she had to distribute the coins to some other people, you know. She had, like, you know, moves here and there, but she didn't stay long, but she did a lot in those 2 weeks. So she made the list. For most strategic housemate is Kim Up, and then the second one is Sir D. You know, like, he was like calm, but it's almost seems like he was always like plotting, you know, like who to be nice to. Like, he played a very safe game, Sir D, you know, a very sneaky and safe game. And then the third nominee is Ike. Ike, as we know, was the thief of the coins in the house. He first stole Omashola's coins. He also planned on stealing coins after he noticed that people would get evicted if they didn't have coins. So he was that guy, you know. He always thought of things. He also stole Esther's coins, I remember, and Mercy was begging him to take back the coins to Esther, and he was just like hesitant about the whole thing, you know. So those are the 3 nominees. It's Kim, Sir D, and Ike for most strategic housemates. So let's see who wins this award. Ike walks away as the winner of the most strategic house.
No, I don't think so anymore.
No, it's not about being cool now. It's about the game. People have to go.
Yes. But not me.
So how you trying to get the 17?
When we go out and drink, people will loosen up, they'll discard. Everyone's keeping their coins on them. Everybody's keeping their coins on them.
So Tasha was asking him how he's gonna get coins back, and then he's like, people are gonna like loosen up at the party, like they're gonna let their guards down. They won't, you know, be looking at the coins like heavily, because people by that time knew that there was a thief in the house. There was a thief coin in the house. A coin thief, rather, not a thief coin, a coin thief. As for thief coin, a coin thief in the house, but nobody knew who it was, you know. So Ike was like, you know, on the lookout for coins, and then he was telling Tasha here that he's gonna steal some coins.
On their body, inside their something, inside this thing or in their pocket. They were trying to tell me inside the room, you can't steal coins. Imagine I don't have, I now come up 200 coins. Cause that's how I'm feeling, like my hand is itching. Tonight I'm winning running. I'm all black. That's what I used to do at home. When I put on all black, that means the rent is due. Business hasn't been good this month. It's time to do something.
So they, in the end, he was telling Tasha that he won't be going home like Isilomo because Isilomo went home because she didn't have enough coins. And then he's like, it's not going to happen to me. I'm going to steal coins if I need to, you know. And he did, I think, and he stayed till like the second last week. So he did survive. So that's the winner of the most strategic housemate, and that was Ike. And then next we have dramatic and messy. Now this was somebody who's just like dramatic and just like all in people's business and just like, you know, or not necessarily all up in people's business, just like, you know, all over the place. Like they're just like controversial and dramatic, you know. So we have 3 nominees under this category, and the first one is Venita. Venita, remember that she was always like thinking that people are gossiping about her, or she would, you know, find a group to talk about or Mashola, or, you know, cause friction between Kafi and her boyfriend Didoni, and then there was something between her and Fraud. So it was just like dramatic, and she wasn't even there for long, but she did the most, you know. The second nominee under the most dramatic and messy is Tasha. For obvious reasons, Tasha was just like messy, guys. But people knew not to mess with her because of how messy she was, you know. And the third housemate is Joe under this category because he knew how to push people's buttons. He was provocative, he was edgy, and he was just like out there. So that's why those 3 made the list. So let's see who the most dramatic and messy is. Venita.
The truth. So if you, as a friend, doubt me, and you want to put me in the same league, I don't give a flying fuck what emotional attachment that you have. To be honest, I don't. I'm not in any competition with Madam. Point plain fact is, if I decided to set my compass on you, she will not stand much of a chance. That is the truth of the matter.
All right, so that was Venita talking about Kafi. Kafi was yes, at that time, Gidoni's girlfriend, and she was saying that she doesn't care about the emotional attachment. If she wants Gidoni, she can get Gidoni at any time, and she's not threatened by Kafi. Imagine. Now that's messy and dramatic, and that's why she won that award of most dramatic and messy. So the next category that we have is a most creative housemate. And under this category, we only had 1 nominee because I felt like he had no competition. So I don't want to disrespect him in any way. So the winner, the only nominee for this award is Joe. And let's see why Joe won this award of the most creative.
Me, or why I feel like the opposition gon' bust me. If I gave you my heart, would you still love me? Lately, baby, I feel like nobody trusts me. Is it just me? Yeah, hold up.
Oh, by the way, he's the most creative, and I thought like he was really like hot and handsome. I'm just putting it out there. There's no category for that, so I'm just...
But nowadays I really miss my fucking idols, so that's the title. I grab a Bible, pray for my rivals, dead on arrival. I swear this shit to me like a cycle. Bodies and piles, blood rivers resemble Niles. They need survival, they need to rehearse a recital. I just sit back and listen to a Wayne songs and get down from a bitch while I brainstorm and spit flames while also making it rainstorm.
Dope, right? Dope. So that's Joe, and that's what he does. That's just one of the things that he does. He's very creative and very artistic, and yeah, man, I liked him a lot in the house. So he won that award for the most creative, and the next award that we have is Cry Baby of the season. Now, Cry Baby is quite obvious, self-explanatory. Now we only have 2 nominees under this category, and they are both male. We have Omashola and Fraud. Omashola cried most of the times in the diary room over not having a girlfriend, over his ex-girlfriend, over wanting to get married. I'm surprised he's still not married now. you know. But anyway, Fraud also cried over Esther, over things at home, over not wanting to leave or this or that. So let's see who the winner is between Omashola and Fraud. So Fraud is the winner. Okay, so that was the very first time that Fraud cried in the house. I think it was during the first week, if I'm not mistaken. So he won that award for Crybaby of the Season, Fraud. But I must also mention that he was also a great actor in the house. The next category that we have is Heartbreaker of the Season. Now, this one is also self-explanatory. Now, under this category, we have Venita for the way she broke Omashola's heart. And next, we have Esther for the way she constantly and repeatedly walked all over Fraud's heart. So let's see who the winner of Heartbreaker of the Season is. Esther is the winner.
I don't know like you, but I want to thank you. If you don't come and tell, I will sleep. I like you.
So this is Esther and Fraud. They were in the garden and Esther was explaining to Fraud that I like you, but 1, 2, 3, 4, and Fraud was just there crying. So I'm still not sure if Fraud was crying because he was sort of like getting rejected or if he was crying because of his own issues. But here he was in the garden crying yet again. See why he won Crybaby of the Season. She's like, should I bring tissue? She doesn't know what to do anymore. Okay, so Heartbreaker of the Season is Esther for what she did to poor Fraud's heart. Now, the next category, this is the 13th category. Remember I said we have 16, so we have 4 more to go, or 3 more to go after this one, is the most coolest housemate, and the categories are Kafi, Mike, and Omashola. So let's see who the coolest housemate in 2019 was. Kafi walks away as the winner of the coolest housemate.
Am I in the right room? Hello. Oh, this is fun.
Okay, so the reason I chose that specific clip, I just wanted to show you just like how free and like just how free spirited and cool and just like relaxed, you know, and laid back Kafi was, you know. That's why she won that award of the coolest housemate, and I feel like she had like the most positive vibes in the house. Yeah, she had her days, you know. She's not perfect, but she was like the most bubbliest and just like, you know, the most colorful. So the next category that we have is the best Recessionist, and under this category we have Kafi again, and we have Omashola. So let's see who the winner of the best Recessionist is. Omashola.
Give us that so it will make us just disbond. So why you pick people like this now? At least pick people and be like, say some I not go correct.
Which of your fellow housemates irritated you from the very start?
Oh, Tasha. This is I don't mention for you. When she come inside, they book accounts and say, Tasha, what do you think will make you win this competition? She said, look at me and look at them. That thing pay me small. You should never meet us. She don't already downgrade. As time come, they go.
Okay, this was Omashola's first diary session in the house, and Big Brother was asking him who was the most irritating housemate, and he said Tasha, because when they were on the stage before they went into the house, Tasha said that she insinuated that she's better than all of the housemates in the house, and Omashola never got over that. Oh my God.
Now she can't change, you know. Now she can't look say, oh, people when they this are safe, don't be any other people. Isi Loma self don't travel go Yankee before. Keep himself now. Mode, she don't still waka. So almost everybody for this place don't waka. She can look and say, she went in the run amount and she never waka out.
Okay, I'm not sure what waka means, but yeah, that's the whole essence of that story. So Omashola won the award for Best Recessionist, but Kafi was also pretty great in the house. So the second last category that we have on the Pebble Awards today is the least interesting housemate. And under this category, I had 2 nominees, and it was Jackie and Nelson. They made no impact for me in the game. I didn't find them interesting. They were just like, yeah, whatever. So the winner of the least interesting housemate, unfortunately, is Jackie. Now, I know that Jackie was quite, intelligent, and that's nice and all, but I feel like she was a bit misplaced, in the house. Yeah, man, so that's why she was like the least interesting. Even during the reunion, her energy was just like off. And she had this thing where she felt like she was smarter than everybody, and she was just like, so she was the least interesting for me, So the last category that we have today on the Pebble Awards, BB Naija 2019 Pepper Dem edition is, let's check it out. Villain of the season. So villain of the season, we have 3 nominees, and that's Shay, Tasha, and Joe. Now, if you watch the season, I'm sure you know why those 3 made that list of under the category of villains of the house of the season. And let's see who the winner is, who the villain is. Tasha, of course. Oh my God. Okay, this is obviously the fight between Tasha and Macy, the fight that got Tasha disqualified from the house. She got disqualified out of the house. Imagine that's how much of a villain she was. I can't even speak. My English is just running away from me today, guys. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, man, Tasha was a villain to a point where she got into so many fights in the house, and eventually in the end she got disqualified for getting into a fight with Mercy, and this is how the fight went. Okay, now that I watched this, after a long time, it was a very childish fight. You smell, you don't. Smell me, no, you don't. It was quite, so unnecessary. Oh my God, not internet beggar. Oh my God, it was going down. So that's how Tasha left the game, but that's how she won under the category of villain of the season. Now, of course, we have to give props to the reigning queen, the woman who walked away as the winner of Big Brother Naija 2019 Pepper Dem, and that is Mercy. Yeah, man. So Mercy won the season, and of course she got her awards and rewards. There's nothing I can add or subtract except the fact that she did good, and she got what she deserved, and she walked away as the winner. So congratulations to her. And that's how we come to the end of those Pebble Awards, man. So I hope that you had a great time, and I hope that you're happy with my choice of winners and nominees. Of course, I'm sure that you guys would have done it a little differently to what I did, but that's just my opinion. Now, I can't wait for Big Brother Naija tomorrow. I can't wait to see who we have. I can't wait to see the next relationships we're gonna have in the house, the next alpha male, alpha females, the next fights, the next this, that, I can't wait. I'm very excited. So yeah, man, I hope that you enjoyed those Pebble Awards brought to you by me, Pebble O, right here on Pebble Opinion. That's how we come to the end of that episode. I hope that you had a great time, and please subscribe if you did. And yeah, man, I will see you next time.